And we are back. Salute to all the diehards. This is Die Hard Giants Live, and I'm your host. I am Jarrell on IG and Twitter. We watching a ugly one, people. This is probably the ugliest game I've seen. Maybe not in my life because I'm kind of old, but it's very, very ugly. I haven't seen a game like this in a while. If you saw my look ahead that I dropped yesterday, I said that this would be an ugly game against two good defenses and two very, very bad offenses. Everybody's hurt. Tommy DeVito is our starting quarterback now, and I got Andy in the background. Hold on, let me get Andy on here. Andy, what's good, bro?
Salute, Jarrell. Happy to be on with you. Like you mentioned, I can easily say that this is the ugliest game I watching in my life because I rarely watch NFL. And like we said a week ago, they're now showing two NFL games live in Poland a week.
Mhm.
But this is not one of the games that they're showing today. So I'm watching it with you.
Right. They're not showing this for a very good reason. They knew the score of this game was going to be something small to another uh, another number that's small. Like this game might end in the 7-3 or maybe 12-10. It's going to be something stupid, man. This is a terrible game. But I'm glad you're here, man. So salute to you. Thank you for coming through again. Steph from Dope Soul Sports Talk, she will be on soon. And I think that might be it. I gave the link to Staffer and Jeff.
Yep.
So salute to my guys. They're Jeff. They're Jets fans. Tsunami. I invited Tsunami, but she won't be able to make it on the show today. She might be in the chat. But yeah, it's an ugly game, man. If they all miss this game, I would not be surprised at all. This is ugly. This
Yeah,
is very ugly.
this is listen, I'm not like a, pro whatever NFL fan whatever, but you can see that this game is nothing special.
Right.
I'm glad that we got a touchdown now. And I was gonna ask you if this third string quarterback DeVito is Danny DeVito's son or something, because it looked like he was an amateur out there, but he got a touchdown for us. So I'm gonna be nagging for on him till the rest of the game at least.
Right. A little background on Tommy DeVito. He is our third string quarterback, but he is also an undrafted rookie. He played a lot in the preseason, but he latched on with us because in high school he was one of the best high school quarterbacks in New Jersey history. So he has ties to the tri-state area. He's from New Jersey, and since he didn't get drafted, he tried to get a spot with the Giants, and it worked out for him. Like I'm not sure if he's been a Giants fan his whole life or whatever, but he is from the area, and he's our starting quarterback right now because Tyrod Taylor's hurt, at least until Daniel Jones get back. Because Tyrod seemed like he broke some ribs. At least that's the early diagnosis is. So I don't know how long he will be out, but Daniel
yeah,
Jones might be back next week.
yeah, they said on the broadcast that he went to the straight up to the hospital and he felt pain in the ribs, so that might be the case. I wonder how long is that injury gonna last, because it probably is important how severe it is. But I don't think a quarterback can play with even a cracked rib, right? Because this
Right,
is too dangerous of a thing to play football and
right.
with a cracked rib. So
Yeah, I have never cracked a rib before, but I have had bruised ribs before. It's hard to even breathe, let alone try to, play football and throw a football too. Like just from the torque that you
yeah,
have, in your midsection from throwing the football, there's no way a quarterback can,
yeah.
accurately throw passes with hurt ribs.
Yeah, not only about accuracy, right? But imagine just getting sacked, and you know how that all defensive line goes at you.
Right,
So if you got a cracked rib, it can cause way more damage if it breaks and punctures something like the lungs or whatever. So you don't want to play with that kind of an injury.
right. Let me salute to the chat real quick. I forgot all about the chat. Salute to Geraldine. She was the first one. Salute to the first lady, Geraldine. Salute to Dwayne. Megan's in the chat. Wonder Woman. Salute to her. She's a vet here. My man Jeff is in the chat. Jets fan. Jeff is in the chat. Resident panelist of Dope Soul Sports Talk. And that's it so far. But I'm pretty sure some more people be coming now that we're actually on because I was a little late today. But
Well, if you're gonna allow me, I'm gonna pop a beer really fast.
yeah,
So
yeah.
you know,
Only reason I'm not drinking now because I know I got to talk for at least an hour and a half. But by the time you get off of
oh,
here,
yo, this beer is gonna help me to talk about football at least. So I'm gonna crack one open.
yeah, this game is so ugly. By the time I get off of here because it's raining. In MetLife Stadium, obviously, it's a
Yeah,
downpour. I'm actually about an hour and 20 minutes from MetLife Stadium. I'm not that far, so the rain hasn't hit us like it hit there yet. I'm like an hour and a half south of the stadium. But it looked like it's coming because it is raining. It's just not a downpour like it is out there. So I'm gonna be in the house for the rest of the day. And yeah, by the time this is over, I'll be ready for a smoke and a drink. Like with the way this game is.
yeah, right.
Dwayne said he got
So
his rum. Salute. That's what. Go ahead, drink it if you got them. Smoke them if you got them. It's one of those days.
yeah, yeah.
I got Steph in the background. Steph, you ready? Get the thumbs up whenever you ready. Oh, Steph is ready.
Hey,
Steph, what's
hey,
good?
I'm
So the
good. How's
queen.
everybody? Hey,
Cool, man.
I was trying to get some headphones on.
Mm-hmm.
Some other one, I couldn't make it work. So
Oh, as of I had some technical difficulties on my part too, just like always.
you're right.
Oh, Jeff is on the panel, ladies and gentlemen. My guy Jeff, the Jets fan. What's happening, Jeff?
Well, it's Halloween and it's scary. I don't know. I don't know if we can call it football or not, ladies and gentlemen. Woo!
Told you this was ugly, man. This has been an ugly game. Steph, have you been watching the game?
I did. How about I'm so tired? I dozed off. I woke up. We got the third string quarterback. I said, "Well, what happened?"
Yeah, man. Tyrod Taylor, he was rolling out to the right. Ball slipped out of his hands actually, but he caught it. But as he scrambled and got tackled, somebody landed on him kind of wrong. And it looked like he has bruised or cracked ribs. So he's out for the day. And I was telling the guys, right, literally, out there. So I was telling the guys that, or I was at least telling Andy that Tommy DeVito, our third string quarterback, is a New Jersey high school legend. He's one of the best high school quarterbacks to come out of New Jersey in a very long time. He
Syracuse guy, isn't he?
Yep, he went to Syracuse, but then transferred to Illinois for like his senior season or something like that. Because you know how the transfer portals are now. You could just transfer if you graduate or whatever, and not have to skip a year. So I think he was a graduate transfer with the Illinois
He was
for a
good
year.
at Syracuse. I know.
Right.
He had some good seasons up there.
Right.
I remember. I'm a Rutgers fan. I kind of remember. I think we played against him even.
Right. You probably did in the Big East. Yeah, but Tommy DeVito, he's undrafted, but now he's the starting quarterback of the New York Giants. If he gets hurt, our next quarterback will be Saquon Barkley, and we'll be running the Wildcat for the rest of the game if Tommy DeVito gets hurt.
Wow.
Because that happened last year. We didn't have a third string quarterback on the roster. Last year, Daniel Jones went out and Tyrod Taylor went out, I believe, in the Chicago Bears game. And Saquon played all of the fourth quarter at quarterback in the Wildcat. So this actually might happen again today because people are dropping like flies out there.
Well, I think Stafford Don went in to play center for the Jets. So
yeah, Jets
he's on his way to MetLife, right?
The Jets are out. They're out there starting and backup center. They're out one defensive tackle. Al Woods got hurt, I believe. For us, Xavier Tillman, their punt returner went out. Xavier Gibson. I'm sorry, Xavier Gibson. He went out on very, very fast punt returner, kick returner. For us, our starting quarterback is out. Darren Waller is out for the rest of the day with a hamstring injury.
Saw that.
So we'll see how long that lingers. You know how hamstring goes. Andrew Thomas, last time he played was week 1 versus Dallas, and he hasn't played yet with a hamstring injury. So we'll see how that goes. Zach Wilson, looking like regular Zach Wilson.
The gift that keeps on giving to the Giants.
Right. Looked like regular Zach Wilson. They another third and out for the Jets. Like the score of this game is just Brees Hall had a broken play. If anybody saw my look ahead that I dropped yesterday, I said that this was going to be an ugly game. And I actually said that Brees Hall is definitely dangerous out of the backfield. The last game that they had against the Eagles 2 weeks ago, he had 5 catches for I believe, over 50 yards. So he caught one pass and took it to the house, and that's their only touchdown. And we had a short field with Tommy DeVito, and that was our touchdown. So that's about it. And everything else has pretty much been all defense.
So it's 10-7 then?
Yeah, it's 10-7 right now. I'm going to get some stats in here. Hold on one second. Let's get some stats going.
That ought to be enough with our backup to the backup center in.
I was about to say, like, it's not going to be a lot of scoring. All right, let's get some stats going real quick. Let me refresh this. Make sure everything's accurate. Let's do the Jets first. Zach Wilson, 8 for 18 for 129 yards, 1 touchdown. That was the Brees Hall touchdown. Brees has been
2 fumbles.
Yep, kind of been bottled up on the running side, though. Even though he averages about 6 yards a carry, Brees Hall is a very, very good running back. But their offensive line is a jigsaw puzzle, just like ours is. So that's the only reason he probably hasn't broke one on the ground. But he did have that one catch that went for over 50 yards. So he has 3 catches for 68 yards and 1 touchdown. Garrett Wilson's pretty much been bottled up. Their defense, sacks galore everywhere. Jermaine Johnson has 2 sacks. Bryce Huff, speaking of undrafted free agents like Tommy DeVito, Bryce Huff is looking like maybe one of the best undrafted defensive ends in NFL history, the way that he's been playing this year. He's been killing. And CJ Mosley has a half a sack along with Quentin Jefferson. So that's the Jets side. For us, Tyrod was abysmal before he got hurt, only had 8 yards. Tommy DeVito still hasn't gotten a completion yet, even though he has a rushing touchdown. Saquon is actually doing pretty well on the ground. He's probably our only bright spot that we have. 18 carries for 82 yards, no touchdowns yet. And as you can see with the passing yards, we don't have anybody with any real production in the air. So on defense, Kayvon had a nice strip sack in the first quarter. Sexy Dexy is playing like his regular old self, stuff in the middle. And other than that, that has been pretty much it, man. Like, it's just been a defensive game so far, a lot of tackling and bad quarterback play on both sides. I salute to Ron for still Knicks fan. Salute.
Definitely. Salute, Ron.
Salute Ron, man. So I'll keep the stats up here for now. It's not like I don't think a lot of things are going to change from it. But it is what it is, man. We just got to hope and pray we at least get a good game. Like, win or lose, I just want the Giants to play hard. You know, like we're 2-5. I don't think our season is really going anywhere. But the Jets, if they want to stay in playoff contention, they definitely have to win this game.
Yeah, that is out the window with the offensive line is so bad. The Giants' defense is really good. I mean, that y'all, I think, get down on them because they were rough early, but the Giants have a good defense. 10-7 may be enough. I mean, we're not going to get to see a good game. We may get to see a close game, but this is the comedy of errors right here.
Yeah, man, this has been terrible.
It's rough.
This has been terrible. Salute to my guy E-Roo from Die Hard Knicks. He said he's stuck at work today. That's the only reason he hasn't joined us today.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a blessing for him. He doesn't have his eyes don't have to bleed.
Right. I actually got in contact with Tsunami. She was celebrating last night, so you know she's a little hung over from last night. So she said she wasn't going to make it on the panel today. She might be in the chat, but like I said, she's not really missing much. So
You celebrating what?
I believe
Definitely not the Knicks.
no.
The Knicks game.
No,
I believe
there's nothing to celebrate there.
right. I believe it was her boyfriend's birthday.
Oh,
So
okay.
they went out
Happy
celebrating last
birthday,
night.
Tsunami's boyfriend.
Right. So it definitely was not, the Knicks. I don't even want to talk about the Knicks. If this game get bad enough, we are going to get into some Knicks talk.
And I'm glad I went to my concert last night. It was a last minute invite, and I almost said no. And I was like,
so where'd you go? Where'd you go, Steph?
it's called R&B only. So apparently it's like a club in a stadium. So
Oh,
the floor is open for those who purchase tickets to be on the floor dancing, whatever. I'm old now. I can't stand up that long. So we had seats.
right.
And it's basically just DJs playing, R&B music. The vibe was really, really good.
Nice.
Yeah. Of course,
Sounds
I left
way
around 12.
right. Sounds way better than what the Knicks showed us last night in New Orleans. So
I watched it on replay. I was like, are we serious right now?
yeah, I didn't even catch a lot of the game. I caught like the second half.
Mm-hmm.
Like I almost turned it off like in the third quarter. It was no point. Like as soon as I saw Miles McBride and Jericho Sims on the floor at the same time, I was like, I'm turning this off. Like it's over.
It's over.
It's a wrap. And once Tibbs concede, it's over. I'm turning the game off.
Early. 4 minutes and change is early for Tibbs.
Really early. As soon as I saw that, I was like, oh, this is over. Tibbs is throwing the white flag. And it's not like like 30 seconds left. Like, RJ is somebody will be out there like in the last minute, even in a blowout.
Right.
Well, Grimes was still out there.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's true.
Grimes and DiVincenzo, I think, were the only rotation players, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
No, I think that wasn't DiVincenzo. That was
What was it?
Dylan Windler.
We got from the Windler. Yeah.
Yeah, no, he was there too, but I thought there were 2 rotation players. No.
No. It was that was Jeffries, the fourth one. So
Okay.
So it's only Grimes.
Okay.
And Jeffries and Windler both hit threes, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
To make it look respectable.
When Windler's out there hitting threes to make it look respectable. Yeah, it's time for me to.
Well, you can't win a game in the first quarter, but you can lose a game in the first quarter. We proved that last night.
Right. Dwayne said he fell asleep on the Knicks last night.
So did the Knicks.
So did they.
Yeah, we went all the way to New Orleans just not to play basketball.
Yeah.
I don't like those away games on back-to-backs anyway.
Right.
Like play.
I really don't like it when the other team is fresh. I mean, that coach was smart. He blitzed us and pressed us in that entire first quarter. I thought that was really smart.
They played the game on Wednesday, I think. So that was their second game of the season, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was wild. I don't know what about the scheduling here.
Oh, I didn't know that. That was their first game since Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did they pull that off?
So they had 3-4 days off, and they played the first game in Memphis. So that wasn't from the other side of the country. That was they had a shorter flight than the Knicks on an overnight. So
right. Hey Jeff, you're not with the other two, like Steph and Andy is actually watching the game with me in the background on a StreamYard link. Are you actually watching the game right now?
No. I'm just following it on the I'm just following it on your stream.
Yeah.
I'm not actually watching it.
Yes, I'm gonna tell you this. The Jets coach is doing like that.
Looking at Zach Wilson.
Yeah, I would be doing that too if I was watching the game.
Jeff,
I told you it's the gift that keeps on giving.
Jeff, if you have another computer or another screen or something like that, I can send you a link and you can actually watch the game with us if you want. Just let me know. I can put it on.
I'm good. I'll just follow it. I know how it's going to end. I've seen the script before.
Okay, I got you.
Have we had a single play in Giants territory yet today? I know we had the 50-yard touchdown, but I don't think the Jets have had a single play in Giants territory all day.
I don't think so either, to be honest. I don't think they crossed the 50. Yeah, it's been bad. And again, it's going to be 4th-and-1, and the Jets are going to punt again.
They only down 3, Jeff. Don't get too discouraged.
Yeah,
And we got our backup quarterback in.
yeah, but the way
Backup.
the Jets are playing, they might not score no more today. Just like we might
They
not.
might not get another first down. Like,
Yeah.
score?
Like,
Like, get across the 50-yard line. I mean, this is supposed to be an NFL offense. I mean, you can't string together 2 first downs. And I know the offensive line is banged up, but Brees Hall's a weapon. Garrett Wilson's a weapon. You got 2 good tight ends. I mean, you should be able to at least get a first down, get the ball in Giants territory. I mean, you can't even do that. I mean, like I said, Zach Wilson, the gift that keeps on giving.
And our new kick returner, I don't know if you saw that, Steph. We got a new kick returner, Ozlowski. He was actually an All-Pro kick and punt returner a few years back with the Patriots. They ended up getting rid of him, I think, at the end of last year. So he played with the Steelers this year, and they cut him a couple weeks ago. And then as soon as they cut him, we got him on the practice squad, and he's our starting punt returner and kick returner now.
Wow.
So just that fast.
Last week, the kicker played a good game, though, last week.
No, the kick like our punt returner, though.
Yeah, the punt was right. So
our punt returner got hurt. Eric Gray, who was a rookie, he actually got hurt on a punt return, which was like I think he fumbled it, but he got hurt on that play. And then we had Sterling Shepard. He's a veteran, obviously, but he's not a veteran punt returner. So he actually bobbled a punt too. And that was one of the main reasons that the Commanders scored, because it was on a short field, because Sterling Shepard lost it. So we had to grab a punt returner and a kick returner, man. We didn't have one on the whole roster all season, really, because the people that we had returning punts aren't punt returners. We just neglected that position for some strange reason until we had to. Had to get somebody, on the roster that does that for a living. Like Ozlowski, he's not going to do anything else but what he's doing.
Right. Yeah. And the Giants picked up Justin Pugh off the streets too.
Yep.
Is like when you have a bad fantasy draft or people get injured and you just scouring the waiver wire, just trying to find anybody that can help your team. That's where the Giants are right now.
Right. Salute to Julian just popped up in the chat. He said, "Oh snap, we scored." What I missed. Yeah, man. Tommy DeVito scored on what was this? A scramble play on the left-hand side. I don't think it was for that many yards. We was like within the 10-yard line. So
it was like 5 or 6 yards, because they had a penalty on the 10. So we advanced to the 50-yard line, I think.
Yeah, let's just say it hasn't been any offensive explosion, Julian. Let's just say that.
Yeah. Almost by mistake. Yeah, but back to the scorer, I think Ostrowski is also a Polish name. So we got 2 guys.
Nice.
Roots,
so that must mean good luck, because you popped up on the panel last week and we actually won a game. So this might be number 2. We'll see.
It's definitely number 2. There's no question about that.
Yeah. The third one should be Gronkowski, right? But he's retired from what I know.
We got some life. Wandell Robinson.
That's going to be your first?
Nice little scamper play, end around. It looked like it was a 10-yard gain, so we got a first down, people. Let's go.
And where we at, the 40 for Jeff? Jeff, you listening to the game?
Nah,
no.
Okay.
I'm just chilling.
We on the 40. We on hour 40, correct?
Almost
on
the
hour
40.
40. Yeah.
Almost on the 40. We're like on the 37.
38. Yeah, 37.
37. All right, so Saquon to the left-hand side. Another nice game. Looked like it's a 5-yard game. Saquon Barkley will be the only reason we probably score or even get close to scoring today. He's by far our best player and the best player on the field right now. So we'll see. I actually think we need to get the ball to him in the air. I don't think we're gonna beat them just by.
Yeah, I think that's the game plan for the Jets now. They're looking strictly on Saquon and just covering the middle. So if we can get a pass to the side, I think it's going to be more comfortable for him to score. Yeah,
Nice
there we
defensive
go to
play.
the side, and he's down.
Yeah, nice defensive play by Williams, Quincy Williams, that is, younger brother of Quentin.
Yeah, he has a good game today.
Yep.
That kid.
He's
yeah.
just a good player. I mean, I know y'all don't get to see him, but Quincy Williams is having himself a season. I mean, he signed the contract extension in the offseason, and he's like he replaced Quan Alexander. I mean, he started last year, but he's really stepped up for us and probably been our best linebacker if you want to know the truth.
Mm-hmm. I in my look ahead, I gave Quincy Williams a lot of props, man. I talked to him more than I talked about his brother. Like him and CJ Mosley have becoming quickly like one of the best linebacker tandems in the league. Like it's like him, the two guys from San Fran. There's a couple other tandems too, but Quincy Williams and CJ Mosley are very, very good linebackers. They're both going to have over 100 tackles throughout the season, so they're going to be good. Xavier Gibson is back, so the Jets got their punt returner back. He looked like he's healthy.
Well, at my house, every time it's fourth down, I always tell the Jets obey the punt rules. Don't muff the punt and don't rough the punter. That's all I'm worried about. I'm not worried about returns or anything else. Those are the only two things I focus on.
So that Gibson just had a fair catch. I think they're going to be on the 16-yard line. So the Jets, get to show us their offense once again. See what happens. We'll see what happens.
Can they get a first down? That's the big question.
We shall see, man. We shall see.
I actually think for the Giants fans, y'all should be more comfortable when our offense is out on the field than our defense. We're much more likely to give you a scoring play with our offense on the field.
Right. I'm actually surprised that either defense hasn't scored yet. I actually predicted like the winner of this game is going to either win the rushing attack or their defense is going to have to score. Because the
Giants have been fantastic against the run today, all day. The Jets can't get anything moving.
Yeah, Brees haven't done much so far. Let me refresh this. Yeah, Brees only got 15 yards on 9 carries. That is definitely not like him.
Yeah, he averages over 6 yards a carry coming in.
Yeah, man. He's
been the sad part is the Jets had 2 weeks to prepare for this game. We were on bye last week, and we come out flat and terrible like we always do. And then this week, we even gave up a second half touchdown, which is pretty rare for the Jets. Usually we give up all our scoring plays in the first half.
Right.
And it's versus a third string point guard quarterback.
Right. The Jets, the one touchdown that they did have was the first touchdown they scored in the first quarter all season.
Yep.
So of course we gave it up to him. So of course we was the one that gave it up to him. And last week for us was that we scored 2 touchdowns in the first half against the Commanders. Those were the first 2 touchdowns we scored in the first half all season. Not just the first quarter. Those are our 2 only touchdowns in the first half all season. And we couldn't do it today either. So there goes that. I'm almost tired of talking about our offenses. Like we stink on both sides, on both teams. Like their defenses are the ones that's keeping them in the game.
Right.
Not the offense at all. It's hard to watch, man.
Yeah. It really. Well, and the frustrating thing as Jets fan is we played pretty well against Kansas City. We played pretty well against Philadelphia, but we can't carry that same thing over. It's like we played to the level of our competition. We lost to New England. The Giants are struggling, so we played at the level of whomever we're playing, and it's really frustrating. Like we beat Buffalo. We have a win against Philadelphia, but we can't solve the Patriots or the Giants. It's like, okay,
right. For us, it's our offense is just mind-numbing. Like, I hate watching our offense play now. Like, our defense is good. Like, has been good in the past few weeks. Held Buffalo to only 14 points. We beat the Commanders, only held them to 7. And
Washington scored at least twice against Philadelphia. They were up 14-3 in that game.
Yep. Yep.
That made Howell look silly. I mean, they really did a good job.
So, started the fourth quarter. That third quarter went super fast.
Okay, because the first half was long.
Right.
Thank goodness.
Right,
Like 15 punts.
Right, let's get this over with. All right, Breece Hall again. Like I said, very, very good coming out of the backfield. 9-yard gain for him. It's going to be 3rd and short.
That's all right. We're not very good at 3rd and short.
See how it's raining out there?
Yeah.
It's pouring down.
Even the sky doesn't want to see this game.
The sky is crying.
Looked like the Eagles actually tied it up with the Commanders. It might be 24-all. Now I gotta check the score again. All right, Jeff, 3rd and 1.
Yeah, so we could be 0 for 12 on 3rd down.
Of course.
That's
Zach
the case.
Wilson threw to the feet of Breece Hall, and he did not get the first down. They're going to have to punt again. So I understand what Jeff's talking about. Yep, look at that. He was wide open. He threw at his feet. I would be completely disgusted with Zach Wilson.
But I told you he's the gift that keeps on giving. I wasn't lying.
That don't make no sense.
He's beyond bad.
But do you think that the rain has that much of an effect, or he's just like this every week?
Oh, he's like this every week. Make no mistake of it.
Yeah, he's like that. Don't get me wrong. The rain has a little to do with it, but not that particular play. Like, it could have slipped out of his hands, but that's a normal play that he would mess up.
I was just trying to, throw him a safety rope.
Maybe he can hang himself with it. Yes, Julian. My dad was born on Long Island, and so my brother and my brother was born there. Actually, they lived in East Meadow, and so I was born in Jersey, and we moved to Pennsylvania. But we always went to visit my grandparents in New York, and I always was kind of an outsider and faced a lot of discrimination because of my Jewish heritage in Pennsylvania, and so I never really considered that home. I always considered New York and New Jersey more my home, and so I always identified with the New York teams. Plus, my dad is a Knicks, Jets, Mets, Islanders fan, so I'm a Knicks and Jets fan because of him. So.
Oh, wow.
My grandpa was a Cubs fan, so I got that, which is fun, and then hockey. I'm a Devils fan, so
okay. What part
I don't even know where that came from, but
what part of PA were you at?
Allentown is about an hour north of you on the Blue Route.
Ah, nice. I got you. Now I'm actually in Morrisville, which is right outside of Jersey, though. Like I'm like a half an hour from Philly, but I'm closer to Trenton, New Jersey. Like I'm 2 minutes from.
We were right across the river from. I mean, it was like 18 miles from my house to New Jersey.
Okay.
Growing up, so we were right on the border ourselves, like Easton, Phillipsburg, that area.
Yeah, I'm surprised you was talking about the Jewish stuff in PA, because there are definitely a lot of Jewish people. I guess it just depends what part you were in at the time.
Yeah, so Fanwood, New Jersey, Dwayne, is where my family's from. I don't have any family up there anymore. My grandparents who lived there both passed away many years ago. So, but so Fanwood, like mid central Jersey, not too far from Rutgers.
Nice. Well, we got a 3 and out, Jeff. So that fast while we were talking about where you were from. Like you couldn't even get a whole story out before you got the ball back. So
these punters gonna have some work to do today, right?
Oh yeah, in the rain.
Morstead's been the Jets' best player. Morstead's done a good job. He's pinned the Giants deep.
Yes, he has.
On several occasions.
Yes, he has.
But and it's funny about the Jets defense, though. They are very good, but they're not like the Dallas defense, where how Dallas seems to always have those pick sixes and they generate points from their defense. The Jets defense is not typically like that. We can hold people, but it's more like a bend but don't break kind of a kind of a situation. It's very rare that the Jets defense will actually force a turnover that scores points, and that's a shame because when they do force a turnover, the offense doesn't score points. So it's
Yeah, I get it. Well,
it's just hard to follow. It's even hard to follow. I'm not even watching it. It's like it's just a headache. It's like, are you real? Are you for real? Like, this is a professional football game and neither team can get a first down. Like 0 for 12 on third down. You can get a third down by conversion by accident or a penalty,
Right.
Credit to the Giants defense, though. I mean, I said at the beginning of the week that I've been telling you I thought the Giants were going to win this game for about a month now, Jarrell, if you recall.
Yep. You have. You definitely did. And of course, knowing what my team looked like, of course I'm going to disagree with you. The Giants have sucked for a major part of the year. But the past couple weeks, has looked a lot better without our starting quarterback, Daniel Jones, because he hasn't been playing too well. And Tyrod Taylor actually gets us moving a little bit. He had almost 300 yards last week against the Commanders. So, he wasn't doing, terrible in the game earlier before he got hurt, but we still wasn't moving the ball, though. I didn't see us moving the ball with or without Tyrod today.
They don't need to move the ball. That's the funny part.
Right.
Yeah. And Jarrell, remember that the last season ended so well that we were like, oh, this season is going to be so much fun, right?
Yep.
We had so high hopes coming into this year.
See how fast it could change?
Yep.
Yeah.
After that first game against Dallas, everybody was ready to jump ship.
After the first game, after 4 plays on offense, Aaron Rodgers ruptures Achilles heel. We didn't even get through the first game, and we won the first game. But you just knew the season was over because, Zach Wilson's a backup quarterback at best, and not a very good one at that.
Shoot, I wish we could trade you Tyrod Taylor just so we could get some picks or something. Well, he messed around, got hurt, so that's out of the window because the trade deadline is happening soon.
Yeah, I think it's Monday or Tuesday, right?
Something like that, yeah.
Any big trades coming up around the NFL around the deadline?
When it comes to the NFL, you won't know until it actually happens. It's not usually that many rumors when it comes to specific players. They're usually like rumors like us, this team might do something towards the deadline, but you
never know what, right?
Right. The NFL and the NBA are completely different when it comes to like trades and stuff like that. It's very rare that many trades happen in the NFL on the deadline. Or sometimes,
it's not like the NBA at all. You're right. It's usually not a ton of activity. You'll see small stuff like, kind of similar to the Jets trading Mecole Hardman to the Chiefs for a 6th round pick. You'll see that kind of deal, for teams wanting to get off of salary for someone they're not really, going to play. So they'll get some late draft capital. But those are typically the kind of deadline deals you see. There's not usually, although the Eagles picked up a really good defensive back from the Titans, which is annoying. I wish the Titans would stop giving all their good players to the Eagles.
Right.
But
the Jets got a first down, 1st and 10.
Wait, hey, new league record.
They're almost on the 50-yard line.
Oh, we might get in Giants territory today.
No.
But the Giants challenged it, so you never know.
Don't get my hopes up.
Yeah,
they're teasing me. You see that?
It was a toe dragging play.
But it's gonna count. Yeah, I think he got it too.
Yeah,
Garrett Wilson is phenomenal.
He is.
If that play stands,
it's gonna stand.
Yeah, that toe drag that's good. That's a good play.
He's fantastic. But that's why it's so criminal to have a quarterback who can't get him the ball.
Right.
I mean, you know, he's so good, and we're just wasting him. You know, it's frustrating.
Well, if this play,
Aaron Rodgers, they did try. Aaron Rodgers got hurt.
Right.
they changed their whole team for Aaron Rodgers. Like they giving him say so on who they bring in and everything. So they at least tried. He just got hurt, and that was unfortunate too.
Yeah.
Well, and then to make matters worse, you're playing this great defensive line, and you lose not one center but two. I mean,
Dexter Lawrence, that's crazy.
Yeah, exactly. Dexter Lawrence, and you've got Thibodeau. You've got all kinds of great defensive linemen over there. Does Leonard Williams still play?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked him. I liked him as a Jet. I mean, I've always been a fan of his.
I liked him too, but not for that 3rd round pick. Gettleman gave up.
And plus 3rd round pick, and he like on our cap this year, he's our second highest paid player after Daniel Jones. He has like $32 million on our cap. This is his last season.
Well, you guys as Giant fans probably not familiar with this concept, but I've talked about it on my blog a couple of times. But I created a new concept for Jets fans. It's called ZOA, and ZOA stands for Zero Output Acquisitions. And these are players like, so we signed McCole Hardman in free agency. He had 1 catch for 6 yards. That was his production. You know, we drafted Denzel Mims in the 2nd round. He got 0 touchdowns in a Jets uniform.
Yep.
In like 4 seasons. And we get players like this all the time. Like Carl Lawson, his first play, he got hurt as soon as we signed him, you know, and he hasn't really done much since. Aaron Rodgers, we trade for him. He didn't even get a passing yard in a Jets uniform. So, you know, every time I just say it's just another case of that old ZOA, you know?
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, that's tough. I like that though. ZOA, yeah, I like that.
Zero output acquisitions. You sign them and they don't do anything. And it goes back a long time. It doesn't matter. It can be a free agent. It can be a draft pick. It doesn't matter how they acquire it. They get nothing out of these guys. And it's like, so that's why last year's draft class was like, we didn't know what to do with ourselves to have, you know, 2 offensive rookie of the year candidates, a lockdown corner, and Johnson, you know, in your first 4 picks is like, that's the best infusion of talent that we've ever had in the organization. So, you know,
Jeff, because of the pass play, you know, it was a catch. You were over the 50, but Breece Hall just had like a -3 yard gain, so you're back over your side of the 50 now.
Of course.
So you was over the 50 for
we had 1 play in Giants territory today.
Yeah, 1 play.
1 play. Thank you, Nathaniel Hackett. What a game plan.
And of course, the very next play, Zach Wilson, middle of the field, incomplete pass. So you still haven't crossed the 50 yet for more than 1 play. But we blitzed, of course. They couldn't handle the blitz, and we got Zach Wilson hit again. Like, both teams are just blitzing and, you know, trying to kill the other team's quarterback because they know that their quarterback can't handle the blitz too much.
His processing speed is so slow.
Yep.
Zach is just, I mean, I don't know, the little hamster wheel up there the hamster gets tired on that, running on that wheel or what, but he can't see the field at all. Garrett Wilson is open a lot. I mean, a lot. And he doesn't see but the ball like twice a game. And it's like, and then you have Dalvin Cook complaining that he's not getting enough carries, and he gets like 2.6 yards per rush, which is like worst of all NFL running backs. Like, if you're going to complain about here's another ZOA guy, by the way, Dalvin Cook, you know, signed him to a $6 million deal to get 2.2 yards per carry. Thanks a lot.
Well, good news and bad news, Jeff. Good news that Zach Wilson. It's another 3 and out. That's the bad news. But you're at least over the 50. You're punting over the 50, so it's going to be good field position for you guys. That the punt is about to come down, but you did get over the 50 finally. But yeah, the punt goes to. I think you guys got us down to like the 2nd-yard line.
Oh, this is maybe the 3rd time today we were
inside like your punter.
Yeah, Morstead is good.
Your punter is
Morstead is good
today.
Our best player, our punter, and he has to be.
22 combined punts. Most of the game since 2003. That's a stat for you, Jeff.
Punts today, the most in the NFL game since 2003. It's been 20 years since they saw 2 offenses be this bad at the same time. Ain't that a bit?
And the Jets still haven't converted a 3rd down.
Jeez, see, games like this, I hate watching, man. And yes, the point. Yes, he did get us on. We're on the 3-yard line. Tommy DeVito gives to Saquon Barkley with a gain of 1.5 yards.
Why is Saquon running straight up into the middle? I don't get it.
Trying to get, because you don't want to turn the ball over.
Right. Trying to get room out of the end zone. We got to get out the end zone. Like the prime objective when you're that close with Tommy DeVito as your quarterback is to not let them get a safety or a pick 6 or something like that. So it won't be anything special that close to our end zone with Tommy DeVito. And we're up 3 and their offense isn't really playing well. I'd punt right now if I had to. You might as well punt, give them the ball back so they can try to go downfield. Just do not fumble the ball and no turnovers whatsoever. Saquon got a nice little gain again. So it's going to be 3rd down. I don't know
that's another thing my brother and I do that I'll share with you because you might think it's funny. So every time the Jets are on defense and they have a 3rd down, we call it the 3rd down of doom because we always seem to get 3rd down and 13. You only need that one stop and we get the penalty that, ruins everything. And so, we usually give some fake sponsor to it. Like today, it's the 3rd down of doom sponsored by Alsa's Burritos. And then when the Jets are on offense, it's the 3rd down of despair because, well, I don't have to explain that one. You've seen it all day long.
The Jets are going to get the ball back because on a horrible play call to have our 3rd-string quarterback not give the ball to Saquon Barkley on 3rd and 3. Instead, he pulls it out, tried it on a designed quarterback run to the right-hand side, and he got smashed for a -2 yards. And they're going to get the ball back. Did the Jets come across the line of scrimmage before we punted the ball?
What was it though? 3rd and what?
It was 4th and 5, so this might be a 1st down.
Yeah, they did. They did.
It's 4th and 5. It was 4th and 5. It's still a measurement. There's still going to be a measurement usually because it's 5 yards. Every yard ain't it's the same. So it could be either 4th and inches.
Yeah, 4th and 5.5. They could still be
right. So it could be 1st down or 4th and inches. They haven't said yet.
It looks like the Jets bet versus themselves on this game.
Right. It was point shaving.
Yeah.
Ron said this game is atrocious.
At least you're winning, Ron.
Yeah, I got a whole bunch of words: atrocious, horrible, hideous, horrendous, terrible. Yeah,
I've got a bunch of words too, but my mom would have to wash my mouth out with soap, so I'm not going to say them.
Right. I'm glad I'm not monetized. I get kicked off on that. Saquon.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that's the only way we win this game. Saquon with a nice run. That was a 1st down, by the way. Saquon with another nice run for like 9.5 yards. So a 2nd and 1. Still deep in our territory, but we got out of the end zone at least.
With the help of the Jets. Appreciate you.
Yes, appreciate you. Thank you. We needed that. Definitely needed that.
Though I'm not adverse. I don't need the Giants to. How many quarterbacks coming out?
It's a whole, but like it's enough for us that like if we get like a top 5 pick, we should be drafting a quarterback.
Okay, so we can't win too many games when we come out. We're not top 5.
Right.
What do you think of Michael Penix Jr., Drill?
Throws maybe one of the prettiest balls in college, but he older quarterback. He's one of those transfers that played for another school.
Yeah, he played for Indiana, but he was really good at Indiana.
Yeah,
He
true.
beat Penn State when he was at Indiana, so he's really good. And he was young when he did that.
Well, out of the quarterbacks that might be coming out, I might have him. I don't know if Shedeur Sanders comes out, I would rather have him. But
that's understandable.
But Mike, it's not like he's far behind because I like him more than I like Bo Nix from Oregon.
That was going to be my next question.
Yeah, I like him better than Bo Nix. Oh, look at Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley is phenomenal. We just need a line. But Drake May is my number one. Caleb Williams is number one, but Drake May will probably be number one for us because I don't think we're going to be bad enough to get the first overall pick.
So, don't trust USC quarterbacks anyway.
But I would like Drake May out of UNC.
Really?
Yeah, I like Drake May. He's pretty good. I'm a UNC fan, at least basketball. So his brother played for us. So I've been watching Drake.
I remember him. Yeah, they had a rough game against Georgia Tech the other night, though. Last night.
Yes, they did.
So
I've been keeping up with his career ever since he started playing for North Carolina. But I'm a Florida State fan though. The quarterback that we have, we're undefeated, but we should not draft him. I don't see us drafting Jordan Travis. It's either going to be one of those three. I would like Caleb Williams, Drake May, or Shedeur Sanders. Everybody else, we'll see. We will have to be picking out of the top 5 to get, anybody else. And I don't think Shedeur Sanders is coming out this year.
Yeah, I would be surprised.
Just because he doesn't have to, not because he's not good enough. He's already making more money than half some of the quarterbacks in the NFL already.
Yeah, the name, image, and likeness for it. And he's playing for his dad, and
right.
And if they get an offensive line in there that actually can protect him, imagine what he could do,
Yep. Depending on their recruits and the transfers coming in, Colorado might end up being, close to national championship contention next year if he stays. So I don't, he might not come out. True, Caleb Williams doesn't have to come out either, I don't think. He's just a junior. He can go back again too, which I doubt, but he can if he wanted to because he's making enough money.
I don't trust Heisman Trophy winning quarterbacks. They don't usually make really great pros. Yeah,
it depends. The Giants are actually moving the ball on the Jets, which is astonishing. There's a little over 3 minutes left. It's 3rd and 4. The Jets have to. Yeah, they got to get us off the field if they want to try to win this game. There's only 3 minutes left. And they only need a field goal to tie.
Might as well need 100 million. Same difference.
But Gerald, did DeVito do any throws even?
No. It's been all Saquon.
He's
just like 3rd and 4, usually that's a passing down, but we don't want to mess the game up, so we gave it to Saquon Barkley to run up the middle again. So this is like coaching. They know our defense is playing well and their offense isn't. So just run it up the middle, punt the ball, have them try to go all the way upfield, instead of having Tommy DeVito try to beat the Jets defense because we know that he can't. So, don't even try to have them get a turnover or anything like that because a pick 6 will just ruin everything.
Yeah.
Just ruin everything, man. So we're going to punt the ball. They're going to have a little over 2.5 minutes left. Both teams have 2 timeouts remaining. Really 3 with the 2-minute warning. Let's see what this punt return does. Xavier Gibson calls for a fair catch. Ball bounces on the ground. The Jets will have the ball on the 24-yard line.
Yeah.
Looks like the 24. So
24, 34. And, still have a chance to score.
Yep. So it's
Got
on.
to get a first down first, Andy.
This is all on Zach
Maybe
Wilson
convert
now.
a third down on the. What a novel concept.
Oh man.
Wow. Just wow.
All right. Oh, so they marked it down at the 25. So Zach Wilson will have the ball at 25-yard lines on a shotgun. He throws another so-so pass to Breece Hall, catches it with one hand for no gain. It's going to be 2nd down and 10.
Yeah.
All right, Zach Wilson, ball still on the 25, 2nd and 10. Shotgun, Breece Hall is on his left-hand side, blocking. Zach Wilson actually throws a good pass to Garrett Wilson, but Garrett Wilson drops it, and it's 3rd down. Wow.
I'm glad he did, because that was
it would have been the longest pass
open.
play of the day. But that's not a drop, though. That's good defense. The ball could have came out a little sooner before the defense got there, but Zach Wilson kind of floated it up there. Garrett Wilson comes down with the ball, but Cordell Flott jogged it out, lodged it out of his hand. So that's just a good defensive play. But the ball should have gotten there a little sooner. You could tell Garrett Wilson was sitting there waiting for it.
Exactly.
That means it was a bad pass. Zach Wilson scrambles to the left-hand side. Actually gets a first down with his legs. That's one thing dangerous about Zach Wilson a lot of people don't talk about.
Yeah, he doesn't slide.
He doesn't slide, but he's very athletic and he's quick enough. Like if he gets on the edge, he can make you pay if you don't pay attention to him. So the Jets got a first down for the first time.
On the same day they started.
Yep.
He's down.
So we got a first down. Ball is on the 41-yard line. The Jets 41. They're almost in midfield. Zach Wilson, shotgun.
They sacked him.
Feels the pressure. Kayvon Thibodeau with a good sack.
Why did he throw the ball away, though?
Because it's Zach Wilson. That was a bad play on him again. Yeah. To be honest.
Again.
Like if he was not quarterback, I'd be pissed right now.
You're running for your life. Somebody's
game is on the line too. Like
Steph, hope dies last. Hope dies last.
Like he sees him, man.
I'll tell you what, Andy, and as a Jets fan for the last 40 years, hope died a long time ago. And we killed it.
Yeah, I'm here trying to decide between rum raisin and salted caramel ice cream.
This is one of them games, man. Even like I actually think like if we're gonna win this game, right? Just because of how bad Zach Wilson is, the final score is gonna be 10-7. So that's a tough football game to watch for over 3 hours, man. 10-7. Like I've seen baseball scores more than this.
Yeah, that's true. Listen, I open another beer because I know that I'm not gonna learn anything good from this game.
No. No, there's no teaching points to this. I got nothing for you, Andy. I'm not gonna lie. I got nothing for it. Like as soon as this game is over, I'm not going through the stats of this. For what? Jeff, usually when the game is over, I'll like run through the stats or whatever, and before I get out of here or whatever. There's no point today. Like nobody.
You're gonna have stats to run through. Neither team did anything all day.
Nobody did anything. The only thing that anybody did today was Saquon Barkley. He's obviously been the player of the day for us. Let me refresh that. Saquon has almost 120 yards, 33 carries. So he's been a bell cow for us. That's the most carries he's had in one game since last year, I believe. So it's only 3.6 yards a carry. But in a 10-7 game, that's all you need. Like, what else is there? Like, there's been no passing at all from either team today.
You have 8 passing yards and you're going to win the game.
That's nuts. 8 passing yards.
Listen, the next game, Saquon might be the starting quarterback.
right? Like what do you do when Tommy DeVito is 0 for 4 for 0 for like he's
Right?
played like 3 quarters. It's not like
Yeah.
Tyrod just got hurt. Like Tommy DeVito has been playing for more than a half now.
Yeah.
And he hasn't completed. I don't think he's completed a pass all second half. Well, he hasn't completed a pass, period. But the whole second half has just been Saquon Barkley.
But Joel, if listen, if the trade deadline is like on Tuesday, and you're gonna get the the news on Taylor, today, you better be
Right.
looking for a third string point guard that's better than Tommy DeVito.
I don't know. Well, next week Daniel Jones actually might be back, but that's not saying if he just gets grazed again, that's a neck injury. That injury could come up really quickly.
Oh, that's gonna be. Oh, so that's not gonna be a first though.
That not a first. It was second and 20. It's going a nice pass by Zach Wilson for 10 yards. So it's 3rd and 10. Zach Wilson is rushing up. He in the shotgun. Brees Hall. Well, no, Michael Carter. I'm sorry, is on the left hand side. Zach Wilson actually throws his best pass of the day. A nice little quick slant to Alex Lazard. It looks like
they waving it off.
They say it hit the ground. He didn't catch that ball?
I was thinking that he catched it though. Yeah, he got it.
The ground looked like it helped him catch it, caught it. So that might be a good defensive play by Adoree Jackson. They're going to have to look at this because it's under 2 minutes, so they don't have to challenge like the NFL would challenge it.
I'm not sure if that's going to be a good defensive play. I would rather say it's going to be a bad offensive play because he had the ball in his hands, though.
Yeah, he had it. But one reason I say that is because Adoree Jackson pulled his left arm, so that was the reason why he didn't catch it cleanly. But you're right, like the ball was in his hands, and that should be a catch. We'll see if that's a catch. That's that's what the Jets need. If not, it's going to be 4th down and 10. So he got the ball, grabbed his left arm, kind of juggled it a little bit. So I don't know what they're going to call because when you catch a ball like that, it can hit the ground if you're controlling it.
Wilson said it stands, so he must be ahead on the screen.
Yeah,
and probably.
Yeah, and I think he had it at least in one hand and all of the time. So,
to be honest, that looks fair. Like a catch. It looks like a catch.
Yeah, it looks fair.
Because that's a big misconception with people that the ball can't hit the ground. It can hit the ground as long as you're controlling it at the same time.
Yeah.
But that's tough though. It kind of bounced a little. Boop.
Yeah, but dude lost his mouthpiece even, but he kept the ball.
Yeah, that's
incomplete.
Incomplete.
Wow. And a sack. Giants win.
Oh yeah, they're a little bit ahead of us. So on this play, they probably go for it, and they're saying Kayvon Thibodeau got a sack on this play. We're a little behind.
Don't spoil it for me, guys.
Right. I want to see it
till the stream comes here to Poland. Listen. These guys ain't in the rep didn't give him the ball yet, so
right. Like we way behind. Like a whole minute, it seemed like. Let me see it. 4 for 10. Zach goes up. Oh, good in and out move by Kayvon.
Yo.
He got to get the ball. See, that's a Zach Wilson thing. He should. It's not like Kayvon just came straight in. Zach Wilson has to get rid of the ball.
He saw him. He had like 5 yards that he knew he's going to get
it. He has no processing speed, Jarrell.
Yeah.
Just end the season again.
Even if it's not hit, it might not be. I got to see. Well, now that they got the field view that I see, I want to see if anybody was actually open.
But he was towards his side. Listen, he was turned towards Thibodeau, so he had to see him in an angle in his eye. It's not like he came from behind of him. So
yeah, he should have got the running back.
4th down though. You got to throw the ball, even if
throw it.
That's the last play anyway. You got to get rid of it, and if it gets picked off, it gets picked off. You can't get sacked there.
Jeff, I don't want to be looking like a wise guy, whatever, but Zach looked surprised that it happened. I was like, I'm watching the game here in Poland. It's not surprising for me. I don't know what he's watching and where he's playing.
Because he's awful. I told you, he's the gift that keeps on giving. He's an awful, awful quarterback, and I can't believe we took him second overall in the draft.
Yeah, that was pretty bad, man. Not gonna lie.
I knew he was bad before we drafted him.
Honestly, I wasn't a big fan of Zach Wilson when he came out either, to be honest. I actually thought you should have got Ohio State. What's his name? For the Bears. The quarterback
Justin
for the Bears.
Fields.
Fields. I think you should have got him. Justin Fields on this team with your running back and with your defense. It's not saying that he's not a world beater either, but he's light years better than Zach Wilson.
I'm light years better than Zach Wilson, and I can't throw a ball 10 feet.
Yeah, with Justin Fields, you might actually, but I say Justin Fields might mess around and get traded because it looks like Chicago might have the top 2 picks of the draft because they have the Panthers draft pick also. So they
that is a good trade.
They might have the first and second pick of the draft. So if I was them, I would draft a quarterback and another player and trade Justin Fields just to get the salary clock started up again because you're going to have to pay Justin Fields soon, and if you get a rookie quarterback, you won't have to pay him again for another 5 years.
Yeah, maybe trade Fields.
Yep, it makes sense business wise to trade him.
I don't think Fields is that great anyway. I think he's a very good runner. I don't think he's very good with his arm. I'm not a huge Justin Fields fan, but
right. I bet you'd take him now though.
He's hurt, so
yeah, that's true. That's true. Shoot, we'll take him too. Because he'll be better than what we have now, even though I don't think he's, the best quarterback. He'll be better than Daniel Jones and Tyrod Taylor at this point. Just from his legs alone.
I got a question about the Jets head coach.
Okay.
He's on the sidelines for a couple of seasons now, right?
Yeah. I think
he's not on the hot seat yet.
Well, I mean, yeah, but when you look at the circumstances, it's not like he picked Zach Wilson like the general manager did. So if you're going to be you're going to have a new quarterback in Zach Wilson, a new head coach. They hired all new coordinators at the time too. You kind of set him up for failure, to be honest. Because Robert Saleh, even though I'm not the biggest fan of him, he could at least he's not a terrible coach. I don't think he sucks. So kind of set him up for
not a good moment for me to answer that question. But I'm not a huge Robert Saleh fan. My dad loves Robert Saleh, but I'm not a big Robert Saleh fan. The Jets are unprepared at the start of every game. They always dig themselves a hole. And to me, that's bad coaching. You get stupid penalties all the time. Like you had them dead to rights on the punt. You jump off sides. That's a lack of discipline. That's a huge play in the game.
Right.
So
because of a missed field goal by Graham Gano, another missed field goal by Graham Gano is the second one today. He actually has a knee injury that they've been trying to quote unquote hide for the past couple weeks. For the past couple weeks, he's missed, I believe, 3 or 4 kicks. You see the frustration in his face. Anybody that's watching. So yeah, we might need a new kicker going forward and put him on IR for some reason.
Just get someone from the New York Red Bull. Can be the goalie.
All right, so the Jets, they got the ball on the 25-yard line. Zach Wilson is on shotgun. Kayvon Thibodeau would have seemed like he jumped off sides.
Oh, flag.
Zach Wilson would, it's crazy. We got a flag with Kayvon coming across, right? But it just so happened to be Zach Wilson's best throw of the day.
Yeah, and it was offside
on that play, and we got a penalty towards it. So I'm glad that, lucky for the Jets, they didn't stop. They actually didn't stop the play. So they actually have a chance to kick a field goal. They only need a few more yards. and Greg Zerline is called Greg.
Zerline's a good kicker.
Oh,
Zerline's got good range. He's usually a good kicker. I'd probably commentating cursed him, but you know,
He's called
he's
Greg Zerline for a reason.
yeah.
Look at this. If
Legatron
this
is
is
what I
gonna
prefer.
go,
Oh
oh
my!
shit!
Hey, yo, Jeff, Zach Wilson just looked like Steve Young just did, and just rolled out to his right and threw a strike to Alan Lazard, and you got
Yo,
the ball on the 18-yard line. What just happened?
Is
The
this game
Giants
gonna
is
go
just
to
the bad
overtime?
news bears. I swear.
Oh my
Mm,
God. Hold on. I'm gonna take this off, hide the screen.
If
Tired of
this
spoiling.
game is gonna,
Come
yo,
on,
Jarrell is
How
trying
much
to
time is left?
record us. A second.
It was 1 second left.
They down the ball. There's 1 second left. They're gonna the field goal right here.
It's like the 25th
Wow.
yard. If this game is gonna go to overtime,
It's gonna go to overtime.
and I was almost chugging my beer. I got started like a half left.
It's gonna go to overtime. This
Wow.
terrible
It deserves to end in a tie. This game deserves to end in a tie. Neither team deserves to win.
terrible ass game is gonna last another 5
They
minutes.
should just call it. They should just call it both team losses.
Yes, they should. They should just cancel it. And NFL should make an executive decision and just say this game is over, and then relegate both teams to the CFL and be done with it. What in the world?
Man.
Yo, this kicker is stressed out, bro. Second left, it doesn't get much closer than this.
He gonna make it. That's too short. Like they kickers aren't incompetent. Their offense is. That's the difference. So I knew he was gonna make that. It's 10. I'll go through some stats because we are going to overtime. It's the end of regulation.
I'll be right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not overtime.
Steph's ice cream is here. Ain't gonna melt.
You might as well eat the ice cream on the screen. I don't care. Like this game is crazy.
She ordered it straight up after the game, and now it went to overtime. Oh, bro.
Went to OT. I'm up here telling my wife what's going on. She was like, "What's happening?" I was like, "The game went to OT." All right, so let me get some stats since we got the commercial break going on. Let me make sure I refresh this. For the Jets, Zach Wilson has the best 2 passes all day on the last drive in order to have the Jets march down the field and tie the game up. So good plays by Zach Wilson is the reason the Jets are in this game. 16 for 33 with 229 yards and 1 touchdown. Zach Wilson is their leading rusher with 25 yards on the ground. He got most of that on 1 play, scamper to the right-hand side. Garrett Wilson has obviously been the best wide receiver on the field all day for both sides of the ball. I mean, both teams. 6 catches for 89 yards with 15 yards a clip. Brees Hall had 6 catches, but one of those was significant. Was the first half touchdown. I think it was for over 50 yards. So that was, his contribution to the passing game. Quincy Williams and Tony Adams, who I both highlighted on my look ahead, both have and CJ Mosley. Matter of fact, those are the 3 players I actually highlighted on my look ahead. All of them have they have double-digit tackles so far. So that has been the Jets. For the Giants, obviously we have less than 10 passing yards, and we're still playing football, which is phenomenal. Saquon Barkley has 36 carries for almost 130 yards. No wide receiver has caught a pass all day except for Darius Slayton for -1 yard. And our offense looks like garbage this all day. Bobby Okereke has 8 sacks. Kayvon Thibodeau has 8 tackles. Kayvon Thibodeau has 8 tackles as well, with 3 sacks is his best game of the season so far. Dexter Lawrence has 1 sack, and that's pretty much it, man. It's not much to report or see, and we didn't see much from this game so far, and it's in overtime. So,
Yeah, do they have to give us 5 extra minutes?
Right? Smoke them if you got them. Drink it if you got it.
Yeah. Guys, I think they're gonna stat. I think both teams just looking to pad their stats here.
At
In
this
overtime.
That's
You
what I'm
gotta
saying.
have stats to pad, though.
Right. Like Zach Wilson, he had 230 yards, right? 229. 60 of that, well, maybe not 60, maybe 40 of that came on the last drive.
Yeah, I was gonna say like last 2 minutes he gained like 180. Oh,
Right.
maybe not 180, but
Right. Like he was crap all day until that last drive. He actually looked like a serviceable quarterback. He looked like Steve Young rolling out to the right hand side.
But you know what happens sometimes, and this isn't uncommon. I think when he can't think about it and he just has to cut loose.
I know exactly what
he's a little bit better because you know what I mean? Right. I don't have any proof of that, but because I've seen him do this in games before, like he'll be awful, and then like the Cleveland game last year, like we were down like 10 points in the last 2 minutes, and we came back and won in regulation. And he had a drive against Pittsburgh that same year and did the same thing. But while we're at intermission, I just want to say thank you, Jarrell, for having a Jets fan on a Giants broadcast. It's a real pleasure to hang out with y'all, and even if you've been so gracious to me, and you always are, and Queen is, and it's fun to hang out with you too, Andy. And I don't get to. I think this is probably the first broadcast we've been on together, but we're still kind of NBK family, so that's pretty cool as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
So
vice versa, brother. I hope I'm gonna get an opportunity to hop on with you guys on Steph's channel nowadays, because I saw she's doing a little bit earlier shows, so I'm gonna try to get on those ones.
That would
be phenomenal.
If it falls on a Saturday or Sunday, Andy, I'll do a panel show, so you can definitely come on.
I got you, Steph.
Yeah, Giants get the ball first. Holding call on the first play of the drive. In the second play of the drive, it was just a pass to the flat to Saquon Barkley for no gain. So it's 2nd and 20. Ain't nothing happening so far. But the Giants do have the ball. It's still pouring down rain in MetLife. Danny DeVito.
Can you imagine being at that game? Whichever side of the coin you flip, that's got to be 36 degrees and miserable, soaking wet, and get to watch the slop fest of the year.
That's why I always
Jets fans and Giants fans are crazy.
That's why I always call football fans the best fans on the planet. Yeah. Them and soccer fans, because those are the only two sports that's like it's usually in rain or something like that, and they're outside. Baseball is like that too, but they stop rain. They stop the game when it's raining, and plus it's like in the spring and the summer, so it doesn't rain as much.
Right.
But yeah, and football is nuts, man. It'd be freezing out there. Like today is a warm day and it's raining. I've been in a football game when it was sleeting before.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like it's hard, man. It's tough.
Jarrell,
well, I went to college at Penn State, so I was in games in the snow.
Right.
So I'm sorry, Andy, and go ahead.
I was just gonna say that I don't want to knock Jets fans, but I think most of them left because they were thinking that the game is over.
Some of them did leave. They showed some leave.
I would have left.
Yeah, they showed some leave.
Yeah.
But, before that last drive, they showed some Jets fans leaving, and it went to.
See, I don't understand the leaving though. I'm a fan. If I pay. I don't even care what the score is, and I guess I'm used to my teams losing. But if I pay for tickets, I'm going to stay to the bitter end. That's just always the way that I've been. The only time that I was close to leaving early was my wife went to Texas Tech, and we were at a Texas Tech Montana State game, and for some reason, unbeknown to the universe, they started that game at 2:30 in the afternoon, and it was like 110 degrees, and we were sitting directly in the sun, and it was so hot and miserable for the entire third quarter, everybody was just dehydrated and just miserable. And the game was, it's one of those games where it's out of hand already, so that the score wasn't really in doubt, but we even toughed that out. But that was the most miserable experience I've ever had. It was West Texas sun, not snow or rain or sleet. And I've been in a lot of cold weather games. I've gone to a lot of them. So, but that's the closest I was ever to leaving. And I'm sure not leaving a basketball game early.
No, basketball is different. Like
Maybe,
playing,
Joel, if you in them tight Madison Square Garden seats, you might leave early.
that is true also. But I don't even put myself in them situations no more, Steph. As I got older, I'm not going to. Remember we went to the playoff game, we had like the stools or whatever. I'll do that, but
Right.
those other seats, like the normal seats, I'm too tall for those seats. I can't do it. Like my knees would be crying by the second quarter.
Yeah.
Well, I've never been to a Knicks game at the Garden. I've been to the Garden for the NIT, but I've never been to an actual Knicks game.
Oh man, Jeff, if you do that, you would never want to leave that place. Like a Knicks game at the Garden, especially when we went to the playoffs last week. That was one of the best experiences I had, man. And I haven't been to that many Knicks games, but I've been to a handful of them, and that was one of the best experiences I've had. Like those seats were phenomenal.
You couldn't get seats when we were kids, though. I mean, the Knicks were always good. And so we lived 2.5 hours away, so it would have been planned. It's not like I probably would have taken the train in from Allentown to Penn Station or something.
Zach Wilson just turned into somebody else.
You saw that? Zach Wilson is a different player now for some reason.
Turned into somebody else.
And Garrett Wilson is him against. That's their second year wide receiver against our rookie cornerback, Deontay Banks, and Garrett Wilson. He got the ball, but that was a good play by Banks.
So where's the ball? Are the Jets in field goal range, or is it just
not quite yet? I'm gonna give you down
yet,
the distance. Hold on 1 second. I already know it's 1st and 10, but let me see exactly where the ball is. Hold on.
3 couple, I think.
Deontay Banks.
Oh,
they're on the 50. They're on the 50. The field goal target line is the 43. So they only need 1 first down in order to get to the field goal range. And Breece Hall
probably a little more than that in the weather.
Actually got most of that on the first. That was his best run of the day. That was his best run of the day, man. The Jets offense is looking like a completely different offense these last couple of drives.
I'm good either way, because if we lose, it keeps our lottery hopes alive.
Yeah, I'm definitely okay with the Jets. I'm winning this game. At this point, I just want to win just for like bragging rights and shit like that. But that's the only reason.
Wait a minute, nobody gets like if the Jets pull this game out, there's no bragging rights to this.
Oh, wait for
like anybody who brags about this performance, like come on. I mean,
that's because you're a reasonable fan.
Right.
It's some fans are definitely going to talk shit after this game on either side. You know what I'm saying? I know some, like if we beat the Jets and it end up being 13-10, it's some folks that's gonna talk. I'm not one of those type of people either, but I could definitely see it. I don't know.
Oh yeah, you're right. I know you're right. I personally I don't understand it. Like both of these teams are lucky they're still in the NFL at this point.
They might get kicked out of the league after this performance.
Julian Blum.
Can you imagine if this was a national TV game? Right. They would like I can't even get the game down here because we Cowboys territory and they were crushing the Rams.
What the hell type of defense was Adoree Jackson doing? That looked like one of my kids out there trying to defend a pass. Like
so not only just field goal range, there's a possibility they could score and the game is over.
Well, no, if they score,
we get another chance, right?
Field goal ends it. The Giants had the ball first.
Yeah, we had the ball first.
Oh, we had the ball first.
Yeah, we had the ball first and didn't do anything to it. So, like when they win and if they kick this field goal, the game is over. Wow. And the Jets is looking like a completely different team, and Adoree Jackson, who is our veteran cornerback who was supposed to be our quote unquote best
So
cornerback.
look, did you
terrible.
guys saw that guy in the back?
The fan.
Yeah,
He was like,
I don't believe this.
couldn't
He was
believe it.
draped over the.
Jeff, you should have saw it. It was a very boneheaded ass defensive
Dumb.
play by Adoree Jackson. They called it pass interference. You didn't end up catching the ball, but it was if it was the other way around, you'd have been pissed. Let's just say that. Like he didn't even try. Like he didn't look back for
He
the ball.
just tackled him.
Not tackling them, but you know how you defensive back would just throw their arms up. You could tell they got beat, so they'll just throw their arms up and just run through the wide receiver as the ball is coming without looking back at it. That's what Adoree Jackson did. He's like a 10-year vet. Like he looked like a rookie just did.
How do you go from having a game won with like under 2 minutes to go to now about to lose?
Man, be thankful, Jeff. Your eyes don't need to see this.
Yeah. Salute, Dwayne Wilson. Appreciate you.
Ron, he asked me if I wanted to see the game, and you remember what I said.
Peace out, Dwayne.
peace, bro.
He said, "Have a good
Peace,
evening." I know
Dwayne.
the pain, man. That's pain. Win or lose, like you being a fan of this team, seeing how we just collapsed is nuts. Julian said Ron jinxed the game. It was Ron's fault. As soon as Ron came in here, we started losing.
But there's still 6 minutes left, so let's
No, it's not.
Well,
6
but
minutes.
if they score, then it's
if they score, it's off.
Yeah, it ain't like basketball. This is over. Like if they make this, I don't want
We had an
to.
opportunity.
Yeah, I'm gonna get this off the screen, just because no spoilers, because it's gonna the score is gonna click on there before we see it. Yeah. Now Zach Wilson up there, in good spirits on the sideline, like he Joe Montana.
All of a sudden, he's hype, man.
Like you look like he killed all day. You know what I'm saying? That's what happens when you win, man. Like it doesn't matter how you win in the NFL, man. Ugly losses are still losses. Ugly wins are still wins.
Right.
Like regardless of how ugly it is, if you're on the winning side of that, you don't care how you played. And that's the game.
Good. That's good.
Well,
Wow. Wow.
Ron, you're banned, bro. You're banned from the channel.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm banned from the channel. I'm sorry, guys.
Not you, Ron. Ron is banned from the channel.
Ron said we need a high draft pick, I guess. Like we got a choice.
Yeah.
That is a massive collapse.
Massive collapse.
Oh.
Massive. That's a massive collapse. And it's not just because our offense sucked too. A lot of that got to do with coaching. Like the plays that we called at that last drive.
Yeah.
Before I'm talking about before the last drive before regulation, not the overtime drive.
Yeah.
We couldn't do anything.
The quarterback run.
Yep. Terrible.
Yeah.
I don't get it. Like you give the ball to Saquon Barkley 2 times, he gets 8 yards. Oh no, not 8 yards. He gets 6 yards. He has over 130 yards rushing. So you call a quarterback keeper on the 3rd and 4.
Not to mention he's the only offense you've had all day. I mean, it's not like anything else. I mean, he's been good all day. But it's so weird because Dayball was so good last year. It's like he stopped trying or something. I don't know. Like he was legitimate. I really thought like he was the difference between 2 things. I thought he was the difference between the Giants being okay and being really good. And I thought he was also, his absence, I thought it also hurt the Bills. So I'm really kind of surprised that, and does he have a new offensive coordinator?
No, it's the same one that's went on multiple head coaching interviews in the offseason like he was, hot shit, and now he's nothing. Like he couldn't get a job.
Should have taken the job when he had the chance then.
It's just nuts, man.
Yeah. But you know what? Continuity, chemistry matters. So the Giants had great chemistry, but chemistry can also be fickle. That's why if I had my choice, give me talent. I'll take my chance that the chemistry will catch at some point.
Right.
The Giants are more talented though this year. You couldn't tell.
Right. I know it. Like
My apologies, Julian. I am not rubbing anything in anywhere. I'm grateful. I'm thankful, but no, I'm. If I am, it's not intentional. I understand the pain. I do. But I'm just surprised. That's all.
Jarrell, I got a question though.
No.
Does this make any kind of way Dable on a hot seat, or
Nah.
we're just gonna run out the whole season with him?
They're more patient than the Knicks.
Yeah, you will have to be, because you got to think of the circumstances. It's not like we looked okay before, but we playing Tommy DeVito. Like he's not going to, as you can see, I got the stats still up. Tommy DeVito had -1 yard in 3 quarters of play.
Wow.
Not saying that that's all coaching too, because he's just not good at football. Like he's our 3rd string quarterback that wasn't even on the roster before Daniel Jones got hurt. Like he was on our practice squad. So he's a practice squad level quarterback. He was an undrafted, rookie that we got mainly because he's from the area. He was a scout team quarterback, and he played a lot during the preseason just because we didn't think that he would play in the regular season. But, both our quarterbacks got hurt, and that's what it is. Like our coach is not going to get fired because of that. He's not on the hot seat.
No.
I don't see it. Well, everyone, thank you for coming. Let me shout out the chat.
Moonshine time.
Moonshine time. Let me shout out the chat real quick before we get out of here. Geraldine, First Lady, salute. You already know what it is. That's fam right there. Dwayne Wilson, Wonder Woman, Mega. That's my man. He always comes through. Ron, of course. Julian. I think that's it. Some of the regulars didn't even come in this game because they already knew what it was, man. Because Almighty Finesse show up, Corey Lee show up. There's a couple of people that didn't show up because they already knew this game wasn't going to be entertaining. It's our team, but I knew this game wasn't going to be entertaining before it even started. It's just something that we got to watch. So anybody got any final words before we get out of here?
Let's go live.
I have a couple.
Okay.
I just want to say thank you to you, Diehard Giants Nation. I mean, you guys are awesome. This is a fantastic show. Jarrell, I'm subscribed to the channel. I'm going to continue to watch. I think you do a great job. Yes. Andy, you're the best, man. I've been watching you for a long time. Such a pleasure to get to do the show with you. You're a treat. I can't wait to get you on the Queen's Court, where you're going to be a great addition there. And Queen, I wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for you. You're the best, the hostess with the mostest. We love you. We're gonna be on tomorrow, and we're gonna cry in our soup about the Knicks game. That was tough, but this is fantastic. You're a great community. Mega's awesome. The commenters awesome. I kind of hope that this gets monetized though, because I hope you get the subscribers up, because you're really doing an awesome thing here for Giants fans, and I kind of wish that Jets fans had something similar. I don't have time to do it myself, so I really appreciate all the hard work that you guys put into it, and it's a great product.
And Jarrell, I just noticed you're over 100 subscribers, so now you could customize your URL.
Yep. I noticed that the other day. I was going to mention that. I think I forgot earlier, but yeah, we're over 100 subscribers now. So everybody got to start from somewhere, man. So we'll see.
He out of the letters and numbers now.
Giants. Yay! Now I'm saying, hold on. Let me get a cheer for that. Hold on. Let me get the kids on. So to everybody, man. Thank you for coming out. Like everybody, channel, tell everybody that we hear every Giants game at halftime, man. I look ahead every week. I put it out on.
Yes. Awesome job with the look aheads, though.
Thank you.
Wow,
it's my first time actually doing videos like that. They're all unscripted. They're all one takes. I usually do the one hitter quitter over here, and I get up and
I like that.
Leave. So, it's usually just me talking 20 minutes about each team, each key members of the team, and how teams usually play us and stuff like that. So it's not it doesn't go that deep into analysis and stuff like that. I'm not out there, breaking down tape or anything, but it'll just give you, the ins and outs of what our next game is going to be. Speaking of which, I don't know, who do we play next? I gotta see real quick. Hold on. Who is our next game?
And I hope it's not prime time.
First 6 games before prime time games. Okay, we play the Raiders next. As y'all see
That's
here.
a winnable game.
Yep, we play the
want
Raiders 4:30 next Sunday. So I'll be on probably like around 6:30ish. No, if it's 4:30, I'll be on like around 6 o'clock is around halftime, I guess. So
okay.
So
Should be there.
Salute everybody. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we out.
Salute, peace.
Anthony Jarrell. Salute everybody.